All right, Jiu-Jitsu self-defense. We're going to talk about two-hand front choke defense against a wall. With this two-hand front choke defense, chances are if someone is choking us like this, they're not just standing still. Okay? There's a good chance they're going to be driving into us when they choke, which could put us against a wall. So when we're pinned here against a wall, we don't really have a lot of options because we can't move. When our upper body, especially our shoulders, are pinned against the wall, it's hard to move out in any direction, which limits what we can do. So for this move, we're always going to defend the punch, number one. Okay, anytime he winds up for the punch, I block the bicep, head comes in. Now he's given me enough space to where I can get out and move to our T position. Okay. So if he's choking me here and isn't threatening the punch, then I'm going to go for this finger break. So with the two-hand front choke, remember, if we tighten up the muscles here in our neck with this ridiculous face, it can buy us a little bit of time. Okay. Especially if this guy is choking and digging his thumbs in, we don't have a lot of time here. So this buys us just a little more, okay? The other thing I want to do is put this leg up, okay? Just put the foot against the wall, and I'm going to tuck the knee across. And it doesn't matter which leg I use, I'm just going to tuck the knee across to protect against any groin strikes, okay? So here is our starting position, all right? So when this guy is really squeezing, his back fingers are going to be dug in to my neck like this, all right? A lot of times when we practice this, we just grab lightly and the fingers are kind of dangling out here. But if someone's really choking me, those fingers are going to be dug into the back of my neck, okay? So I'm going to take both hands at the same time and I'm going to go fingertips right to fingertips, okay? And I'm going to dig and try and isolate one finger, okay? So each of my fingers is going to go to one of his fingers and I'm looking to dig one of those out, okay? If I try and peel them any other way, it's going to be extremely difficult to get them. So I'm going fingertip to fingertip, okay? Using both hands at the same time doubles my chances of getting a finger. So I don't want to just try and dig with one hand. I want to dig with both. The other thing that this does is both of my arms are up to protect the punch. If he decides to punch here, my arm is already up to block, okay? And then from there, I can go back to the old T position. So, digging fingertip to fingertip, as soon as I find a finger, I'm going to grab onto it. And when I grab, I want to make sure I'm grabbing with the thumb pointed towards myself, okay? I don't want to grab with the thumb away. It's a weaker grip and it's harder to break, okay? So thumb pointed towards myself here, okay? Digging fingertip to fingertip, isolate one finger if I can. 2's harder to break than 1, 3's harder to break than 2, okay? I want to get 1 if possible. Once I have 1, I'm going to grab it nice and firmly. This hand is going to come up in between, okay? It's going to isolate right on the wrist, just below the wrist, and I'm going to pin that to my body. If I use this forearm and block over top of my hand, it helps me pin tighter, okay? Then from here, when I'm ready to break, that's just going to slide off the hand and I'm going to pull the elbow and shave the ribs. I'm just going to pull that down right here, okay? So a couple times all the way through, digging fingertip to fingertip, hand comes in, pins, really pin that to the chest. It's important. If I don't pin that, there's a lot of play here, and he can alleviate that break of the finger quite a bit by breaking his posture, okay? When I pin that to the body, there's nowhere for it to go and it's going to transfer that energy directly to that finger. Okay, so a couple times here. All right, two-hand front choke defense, pinned against the wall. Thanks.